another Agatha review. Another week, another Agatha review. Another week, another Agatha review. That's what we're missing. Musical. Another week, another Agatha review. Hello and welcome back to Nerddom. My name is Matt, and today we have episode 6 of Agatha All Along. I think this is 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 4 episodes, including this one. We're not going to waste too much time here. We're just going to get straight into the episode. Let's go. Are the other two really dead? Doubt it.
I'm not that nice.
So I think that was the best episode yet of Agatha All Along. It kept me interested. I was thoroughly intrigued on how Billy showed up in that body. And apparently we found out at the end that it actually breaks some rules. So while Billy was being disintegrated inside the hex, he found a fresh flesh puppet and then fell into it. Or he found it and kind of like brought himself into it and he brought back to life. Unfortunately, he did suffer from amnesia. I'm curious if that's because of the damage sustained to William at the point of the car crash, and he definitely has brain injury. So it's possible that the spirit of Billy going into William, then they merged, so then he physically cannot remember anything. Of course, now all of that is kind of gone. He knows he's Billy Maximoff. Agatha knows he's Billy Maximoff. And it was kind of funny to see the past 3 years and where everybody was at. So Lilia was performing psychic events. Alice was a cop of Eastview. Jennifer Kale was like an online boutique skincare person. And then Mrs. Hart was driving the car that Billy ended up running into. And it was funny to see Billy's point of view on Agatha interrogating him and all that stuff. So now we see what reality was really like for her day by day, and everything was inside of her head. And we got a little bit of a peek of that when she was in her car, but now we really did get to see it. So pretty good episode, well acted. We have the return of BOHNER. So Ralph BOHNER is back. He is crazier than ever. So pretty cool to see Ralph BOHNER back and what he's been up to. He, for the last 3 years, has kind of gone, not conspiracy theorist route, but he's gone insane. And this is something that I wish WandaVision and maybe even this show touched on, which is Wanda was not a hero. Wanda was a villain the whole time. And again, the ending of WandaVision still makes me mad to this day. It was entirely cheap just to forgive all that stuff. Right here, you see the repercussions of Wanda's actions on a normal person, and Agatha for that instance. So these two are not good people. And I don't think Wanda has had her comeuppance, even if she is dead. I don't think she ever has. And then we retreaded the same exact stuff in Doctor Strange Mom. We retreaded the same exact themes. What a wild trip Phase 4 has been, huh, everybody? So anyways, though, we do see Ralph BOHNER, and he does lead Billy, or William at this point, down the path of remembering who he is, of thinking who he is. So I think he does know from here. He clues him in on his abilities as Billy, and he's basically like, oh yeah, I'm Billy then. Funny part too, and it was cool seeing him, man. And then having Billy research, do a bunch of stuff, so that way you actually see him doing all that. The funny part with Agatha wearing the shirt, I just want to look at that really quick. It's so funny. I don't know how they got away with this. It's a BOHNER family reunion pitch a tent. How the heck? That's hilarious. I think that's funny. Do you think they're gonna have that on the Marvel or the Disney shop? Let me know down in the comments below. I think it'd be kind of hilarious to have a baseball tee with that design on it. It'd be kind of funny. But yeah, again, I think it's the best episode so far. Got a good backstory on Billy, William, who he is, where he's from, who his body is in. And if you watch WandaVision, you kind of get a little feeling of who he is now. And now we know his goal is to get Tommy. Somehow he's going to get Tommy. Or that's his goal, at least. Is he going to accomplish it? Not sure. Not sure. But everything's out in the open now. Is Jennifer and Lilia dead? Did he kill them both? He says he's not a good dude, and we don't ever see those ladies in this episode. Are they both gone off the story? That's kind of a sucky ending for them. Why don't they just climb out of the muck pile just like Agatha did? Something tells me they're in the next episode. So we're gonna have to see if there's any trailer for the next episode after this one, and if they're back. Of course, we didn't see anything about Rio Vidal, aka who knows, Aubrey Plaza. We didn't see Aubrey Plaza's character in this episode or get thrown into a muck pit, so who knows where she's been this whole time. So it looks like we may be meeting up with Agatha, Billy, and Rio Vidal after this, if Jennifer and Lilia are for sure dead. I think the lead up to this point is still kind of cheap. What sucks is like Alice is dead, Mrs. Hart is dead. I don't know if they're gonna be brought back to life. Like maybe he sacrifices Tommy for these women to come back to life at the end. I don't know if that can happen. If they can just bring people back to life at the end of the Witch's Road, I guess you can. Who knows? It just seems like they did a lot of character work to make us sympathetic for a character, and then they're just gone. I mean, not Mrs. Hart per se, but definitely Alice. They did a lot of work in that episode just for her to die in the next episode. Kinda, I've been saying it a lot, cheap. Pretty cheap. And, you know, they do it through this really short arc with this character basically being beaten down, used to be a cop, secured. Now we know that she used to be a cop, and she said she used to be a cop. Anyways, cool to see everyone's backstories and where they were at 3 years ago during the event. It seems like they were all, maybe they all lost their powers after the Wanda event. Not sure. That's just me theory crafting a little bit. But yeah, best episode so far. Really good back and forth between Agatha and Billy too. I thought that interaction was really cool. Agatha seeming very antagonistic, which I've been waiting for an antagonist the whole time. Yeah, digging that. I dug that a lot. I like when characters are just, you know, messing with each other, trying to see if they can get one up on each other. I think that's awesome. I mean, you also saw Billy doing a lot of research, and if we know anything from Doctor Strange, you can learn magic, right? So, I mean, you can learn magic through books, and you also have to learn it through repetition, and also you have to believe in it, just like in Doctor Strange. So, if the rules of Doctor Strange are also applied to this type of witchcraft and magic, then that's probably why Billy isn't able to use his powers at the end either. He might not be in the right frame of mind, he might not be concentrating on the right stuff, and then he was just in such a mode last episode that he was able to do what he did, get into the brains of other people and then control them. So it was nice to see him actually do all the research, even though it may have been very quick. I think it was really quick. Maybe they should have showed a little bit of time, you know, in between him learning who he is and meeting up with Agatha. It seemed like it was the same night. It was the same night. So like, what? You learn all these spells in one night? Maybe he had them because he's interested in horror movie stuff. We have another horror nerd on the channel. Another horror nerd. They know everything, those horror nerds, don't they? So yeah, man, that was probably the best episode yet. Best episode yet. Good direction. Yeah. Not much else to say. What are your thoughts on the newest episode of Agatha All Along? Were you surprised? Were you excited? Do you have no idea what's going on? Join the club. I don't know that much about Wiccan and Wanda, or them anyways, so it's all good. We're all nerds in our own spheres, right? If you like the video, feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to smash the like button. Really does help out push the channel out to other people. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on the episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.